Assalamu alaikum, Bilal Technology Wala here once again with another topic in conversation with ChatGPT. And the topic of our today's conversation is understanding the basics of financial independence. So let me take ChatGPT into the call. Hey ChatGPT, how are you? I am going to discuss with you the topic of understanding the basics of financial independence. Are you ready for that?
Absolutely, I'm ready. It's a fantastic topic. We can dive into concepts like budgeting, investing, passive income, and more. Just let me know what angle you'd like to start with, and we'll get going.
So, what does financial independence mean?
Great question. Financial independence generally means having enough income, usually from investments or passive sources, to cover your living expenses without needing to work for a paycheck. It often involves saving and investing wisely so that your assets generate enough returns to support your lifestyle. It's all about freedom and flexibility in how you spend your time.
So, how do you currently manage your income and expenses? Take an example.
Sure. For example, let's say you have a monthly income of $5,000. You might start by budgeting your expenses like housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, and entertainment. Maybe you allocate about 50% of your income to necessities, 20% to savings and investments, and the remaining 30% for discretionary spending. Over time, by consistently saving and investing that portion, you build wealth and move closer to financial independence.
So, what steps a person is going to take towards achieving financial independence?
There's several key steps. First, it often starts with creating a detailed budget and tracking your expenses to understand where your money's going. Then building an emergency fund is crucial, usually covering 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Next, paying off high interest debt is important to free up more money for savings and investing. After that, focusing on increasing your income, whether through side hustles, advancing in your career, or investing can help accelerate the process. And finally, consistently investing in diversified assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, or retirement accounts helps build wealth over time. It's all about consistency and discipline.
So, how do you differentiate between needs and wants in your spending?
That's a great point. Essentially, needs are the essential items that you must have for your basic functioning and well being, like housing, food, healthcare, transportation, and utilities. Wants, on the other hand, are non essential items that enhance your lifestyle but are necessary for survival, like downing out, entertainment, luxury items, or the latest gadgets. Being able to clearly distinguish between the two helps you prioritize your spending and focus on what truly betters for your financial well being.
So, what role does budgeting play in reaching financial goals?
Budgeting is really the foundation of financial success. It helps you get a clear picture of your income and expenses so you can identify areas where you might overspend and find opportunities to save more. It also keeps you accountable to your financial goals, whether that's paying off debt, building an emergency fund, or investing for the future. By sticking to a budget, you can make intentional choices and avoid financial stress, which ultimately brings you closer to financial independence.
So, how do you prioritize savings versus spending in your life?
It usually comes down to setting clear goals and understanding your values. One approach is to follow the 50-30-20 rule, when you allocate about 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and investments. It's also helpful to automate your savings. So a portion of your income goes directly into savings or investment accounts before you even see it. And then by regularly reviewing your spending and adjusting as needed, you ensure that your savings always come first, helping you stay on track toward your long-term goals.
So, what strategies help you build an emergency fund?
A few effective strategies include starting small and being insistent, like setting aside a fixed amount each paycheck, even if it's just a little. Automating transfers to a separate savings account can make it easier and more consistent. It's also helpful to set a clear target for your emergency fund, usually 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So you have a goal in mind. Another good tactic is to cut back on non-essential expenses temporarily until you reach your target. And finally, any unexpected windfalls like bonuses or tax refunds can be added directly to your emergency fund to boost it faster.
So how does that affect your path to financial independence?
Having a solid emergency fund is really crucial because it acts as a financial safety net. It prevents you from dipping into your long term savings. They're going into debt when unexpected expenses pop up, like medical bills or car repairs. This stability means you can stay on track with your savings and investment goals without disruption. Ultimately, it gives you peace of mind and keeps you focused on the long term path to financial independence because you're not constantly derailed by unexpected costs.
So how important is financial literacy in achieving independence?
Financial literacy is absolutely foundational. It empowers you to make informed decisions about budgeting, investing, managing debt, and planning for the future. When you understand how money works, you can optimize your savings, choose the right investment strategies, avoid common financial pitfalls, and ultimately build wealth more effectively. In short, the more financially literate you are, the better equipped you are to navigate your path to financial independence smoothly and confidently.
How does that affect your path to financial independence?
That can definitely be a double edged sword. On one hand, manageable debt like a mortgage or student loans can sometimes be an investment in your future. But high interest debt like credit card debt can really hold you back because it eats into your income and limits your ability to save and invest. Essentially, debt can slow down your progress toward financial independence by increasing your expenses and reducing the amount you can put towards savings. That's why managing and minimizing debt is a key part of achieving financial independence.
So what investments or savings plans are you familiar with?
There are quite a few options. For instance, you have traditional savings accounts and high yield savings accounts, which are pretty low risk. Then there are certificates of deposit, CDs that lock in your money for a set term at a fixed interest rate. On the investment side, there's a stock market, including individual stocks, mutual funds, and ETFs, which can offer higher returns but come with more risk. There are also retirement accounts like 401ks or IRAs, which have tax advantages. Real estate is another popular investment, providing rental income and potential appreciation. And of course, there are bonds, index funds, and even newer options like robo advisors for automated investing. Each of these plays a different role in a diversified financial plan.
So what habits contribute to building wealth over time?
A lot of factors come into play. Consistent saving and investing is definitely one of the biggest contributors. The power of compounding is huge. So the earlier you start, the more your money grows over time. Another key factor is living below your means so that you can consistently invest the difference. Also, financial discipline and setting clear goals really help. And then educating yourself about personal finance and making informed decisions can really accelerate wealth building. Finally, having multiple income streams like side hustles or passive income can also significantly boost your wealth over time.
So please give me one liner answer. If I have to survive today in 1,50,000 PKR, how would I required after 25 years to survive considering the inflation per month?
To maintain the same purchasing power after 25 years with an average monthly inflation rate, you'd roughly need around 3 to 4 times your current amount. So approximately 450,000 to 600,000 PKR per month.
Okay, so please summarize our today's conversation.
Absolutely. Today we covered the essentials of financial independence, like the importance of budgeting, distinguishing between needs and wants, and building an emergency fund. We also discussed how financial literacy and managing debt play crucial roles in achieving financial goals. Plus, we touched on various savings and investment options and how inflation impacts future needs. Overall, it was all about building a solid foundation for financial well being and independence.
So it was quite a good conversation with ChatGPT on financial independence, the basics, and if someone want to create its financial independence, he should know the basics that we discussed today. Till the next topic, I am going to say goodbye to you all. Take care, Allah Hafiz.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure chatting about all of this. I'm glad we could cover the essentials, and I hope it helps anyone on their financial journey.